Alright, hello everybody. It is I, Granarite. Here we are back with another episode of Let's
We only have one
Play
lead, Shane.
Assassin's Creed
Someone
Rogue.
brings us closer to the artifacts.
Sir Keeley's tasked you with this mission.
No. He tasked me to task you. You need to find what was stolen from Mac and Dalshay. You have to recover the precursor box of manuscript. This is your mission.
And what's yours?
Watch your arse.
Achilles doesn't really trust me, does he?
Give it time, Shane. Do this for him. For us. You'll do much more than earn his trust.
Liam, do you know what Achilles writes about? I see him in his office all the time, bent over his papers.
He keeps records and accounts. Studies what little is known about the pieces of Eden. And of course, he corresponds with assassins on other continents.
Of course. Liam, you can be a right horse's arse when it comes to assuming everyone knows the same as you.
I cannot help if Achilles wants me to be familiar with our counterparts in Europe and elsewhere.
Said like his favorite son.
Connor's his favorite and only son.
Then Achilles is heir. Connor may inherit the house, but you'll be mentor.
We'll see.
Whatever you say.
I didn't want to talk over him.
Of the assassins.
You call me that again, I'll throw you in the ocean.
Alright, I think they're done talking. I don't think we have anything in the database. Yeah. So we're just going to go on with the next mission. We're going to do several storyline missions until we get, like, the naval campaign unlocked. I was just trying to see what a good spot to get collectibles was, and I think that's going to be the best one.
Briefing on tops!
I think what that these fishes are saying is right. We'll hold up our gear.
Proud on every inch of sail!
So it'll be like sequence 3 before we start to go get collectibles.
That weather looks monstrous.
Trim the yards off the wind!
Reef the mains. Blew up gallants.
Ease off the wind!
Alright,
Haul in
Doc.
the sail.
You have the Tinker Sailor Soldier Spy.
Trust me, you will sell those lobster by the ton in France. Ah, the cabbage farmers return. About time. We have a lead on that curious manuscript.
I'd be surprised if you can read it.
No one can read it, imbecile. This is why the Templar are taking so long with it. But one of our allies has caught a glimpse of their work.
A pirate?
A spy who worked with the pirate. We set sail for Anticosti. That should prove a good test for this floating cesspit you call a ship.
How trustworthy are the pirates?
I consider them brothers, Shane. When the time comes, they will lend aid and help us fight the Templars. If only the roast beef would realize the Templars were pulling their strings.
Are the Templars truly in control in the colonies?
Not quite, but their influence reaches far and wide.
And what about the spy we're meeting?
You need not worry about Le Chasseur. He is loyal to the Brotherhood. As it happens, he also has friends in both the French and English fleets. And he knows more about what goes on in these parts than you can ever hope to learn.
So Liam, what can you tell me about Adewale? You obviously admire the man.
Aye. I had the honor of working with him once. I've never known anyone who'd done so much for our cause. It's much more than that.
Adewale was already a legend before joining the Brotherhood. He was a pirate. Scourge of the West Indies, rubbing elbows with the likes of Blackbeard, Woods Rogers, and Calico Jack Rackham.
Calico who?
Oh, read a book, will you?
Jeez, it won't let me pull up my spyglass.
Short and safe! Get up!
Aha.
Crowd it all on!
Stunsails! Let's catch this squall!
There, Cap. An English vessel. And she looks to be in trouble.
That's fine indeed. Perhaps we should aid her journey to the bottom of the sea.
Now, let's not be too hasty. She's full of crown cargo. Take a look through your spyglass and see for yourself.
Pretty sight. I say this is a good day to lighten King George's pockets.
Be careful. A few shots would be enough to cripple her. Too much damage and she'll go down with all souls. No spoils.
We can board and loot her. Who knows what to do.
Open here! Ready to fire, sir!
Did I sink it? Let's just reload the last checkpoint. Because I don't know how I sank it, but it says I did.
Spread our wings to the wind!
There, Cap. An English vessel. And she looks to be in trouble.
That's fine indeed. Perhaps we should aid her journey to the bottom of the sea.
Now, let's not be too hasty. She's full of crown cargo. Take a look through your spyglass and see for yourself.
Pretty sight. I say this is a good day to lighten King George's pockets.
Be careful. A few shots should be enough to cripple her. Too much damage and she'll go down with all souls. No spoils.
We can board and loot her before the crew knows what we've done. Fire!
Loaded!
Fire! Fire!
Alright. So I guess the ram I did
Now's the time. Let's
in
board.
conjunction with it was a little too much.
Loose off! Let's move! Haul in the stunsail!
Show them what's for, Captain.
Come on, men! The spoils are ours! For the more again!
Well, that is not what I wanted you to do. Yeah, see now we've already got a bad start. Let's lose less than 50% health. All right.
Brace your
The sea between here and Anticosti is rough, Captain. We should strengthen the Morgan before going any further. There's a harbour master stationed nearby. Spend our new wealth on improvements.
I didn't realize. 80.
Yes. Francois McCandle is their mentor. He gathers many of his assassins from the Maroons.
Those are escaped slaves and their children, right?
They are. A shame, though. They escaped terrible conditions only to be killed in that earthquake.
But Haiti's a French colony now.
Aye, it is.
And here,
What do we? Okay, we don't need to do
assassins are
anything
helping
else right
King
now.
Louis. But in Haiti, the French own the slaves who are set free by the assassins.
Our struggle is beyond political borders, Shay.
Anticosti shouldn't be far. Keep us on course, Captain.
Is this the place? I see nothing but fishermen and their gear.
Aye. Per se and fishing go hand in hand. But it will serve our purposes well enough. The French fish these waters first, but King George is laying claim to more every year. The locals are caught in the middle. Anchor! You'd better borrow some coin. Bartering with an empty purse won't get you very far.
Alright, you can upgrade your ship at the Harbor Master. We already know this.
What service can I provide?
Lots of upgrades. We'll get past it though. We'll get the Morgan upgraded before you know it.
For your trust, Captain.
We should resume course to Anticosti, Captain.
Indeed. Le Chasseur is waiting for us.
The sea between here and Anticosti is rough, Captain. The Morrigan seems sturdy enough for the challenge.
Alright, off we go. Do we have any optional objectives at this time?
Some sort of cargo there, sir.
Ships ahoy!
More fishermen from Perse. Careful, Shane. These waters are full of
Enemy ships! They're sinking the fishing boats!
You must believe those fishermen strayed into the waters.
Scouts must pay! And would you look at that? Standing right in our way to Anticosti.
Alright, we need to sink ships within 3 minutes. All of them.
For once, I find myself agreeing with you, Shay.
Stranger things have happened.
Alright, let's get up on them. That's the first step.
They're coming up! Ready to box!
Fire!
She's foundering!
Cross fire!
No! No! Ready!
Fire!
Fire at our mines! They'll blow up in our face! Taking a hit, Jack! You fire many volleys!
Fire!
Going fast as we can, sir!
Fire!
Alright, got another one.
Fire! That's the last of them.
Alright, there we go.
Not too far from Anticosti Island now.
Will your friend the spy be waiting for us?
Yes. I hope Le Chasseur has more information about the manuscript.
Maybe he'll have the whole thing figured out for us.
And maybe I'm Emperor of Rome.
Ave Caesar! Salt air, open skies, a man out on the ocean is as free as a man can be. What do you say, Liam?
We're out here for a reason, Shay. Mind your duty.
Well, what's the point of freedom if you cannot breathe deep and enjoy it?
The Templars stick to this continent like tar. Don't feel liberated until we pry them off.
Seems to me we should just talk to them like men, instead of skulking around.
And would you smile and wish them a good day as they lay their boot on your neck?
Of course not.
They're murdering bastards who want to control the world and everyone in it. Never forget.
All
There
right.
it is. Anticosti. The chasseur should be there. And with any luck, he will know where to find that manuscript.
That wind's trouble, Captain Cormac.
Trim the yards off the wind! Haul down and clear
Dock
up.
the ship here, Captain. We've arrived at Anticosti Island.
The rum here is terrible. Let me see. That's not rum. It's Eau Delphine. What the devil is that?
Alright, we got Anticosti Island in the database. The French explorer Jacques Cartier was the first European to discover Anticosti in 1534. He originally named it Isle d'Assomption, as well as declaring it a strange and cursed island. However, by the 17th century, it was referred to as Anticosti in an attempt to mimic the name used by the indigenous people of the area. Although historically more of a hunting ground than anything else, the island was settled in 1680 when King Louis XIV of France handed it over to the explorer Louis Joliet. Joliet, finding himself in possession of the largest privately owned island in the world, built a fort for his family there. Despite its size, Anticosti was never a well-populated island, likely due to its treacherous coastline. Fun fact, over 400 ships wrecked themselves on the rocks and reefs surrounding the island, earning it the nickname the Cemetery of the Gulf. Anticosti became a territory of the British Empire as part of the Treaty of Paris that ended the 7 Years' War and officially became part of the province of Quebec in 1867. And then ship types, we have a civilian shipping boat and a schooner.
So, Louis Joseph, how goes the fur trade?
Not well enough to put beef on my family's plates.
If you want beef, raid more British brigs. They're loaded down with barrels.
Oh, yes. Their Irish farms yield much meat, don't they? And that is smart management. Far better than the locals could do.
Take a look at this. I borrowed these plans from a Royal Navy ship of the line. They are like nothing I have ever seen.
Good. We could use some more powerful weapons. Le Chasseur, allow me to present our associate, Chez Cormac.
Gentlemen, I have news. On this same ship, I spied the manuscript you seek. It was written in an exotic language I did not recognize and was full of drawings, plants, and animals out of an opium dream.
Were there no charts, no maps?
No. There may have been some kind of code, but neither I nor the roast beefs could ken
Where's
it.
the manuscript now?
The man who brought it said a man named Washington sent him.
I know that name. He's an important Templar, isn't he?
He is. Lawrence Washington has great ambitions that Templars have helped fulfill. Shay, let's return and find him. You, sir, have our thanks.
Alright. Seems like we can just fast travel over here, so let's just do that.
Careful! That's
Unfurl,
quite a rough spall,
mates.
Captain.
Let's move! Crowd on every inch of sail. Douse all but mains!
Reef the mains!
Spread our wings to the wind!
So we go up here to the river valley. We have another map of locations, as you can see, so there's more stuff we have to get out here.
Mates out! Let's go!
The river valley.
Let's move!
So what do we have here? Although explorers such as Jean Cabot noted the Gulf of the St. Lawrence River in the 15th century, the first European explorer to sail up the river itself was Jacques Cartier, with the help of some local Iroquois. He misunderstood the Huron-Iroquois word for village, Canada, and began to refer to the larger area north of the river as Canada. Explorers and fur traders opened up the territory. French settlements limited the westward expansion of the British, and before long they grew alarmed at the potential scope of French expansionism. The British and French clashed frequently in the colonies, and eventually the 7 Years' War broke out in 1755.
As much sail as you can!
Hold up! Assassin allies have their home in two bends. Ahead, sir.
We are on course for a collision, sir!
Caution, sir.
Brief it on tops!
Let go anchor.
I didn't see a spot to dock, but okay. By invitation only.
The Templars desire to understand the nature of these artifacts. Their spies have called upon many doctors and other learned people in New York.
They have also approached many tribes with questions.
Yeah, they've been showing that manuscript far and wide. No one can read the strange writing or understand the images. We do have a name, though.
We learned that Lawrence Washington sent out the manuscript.
Lawrence Washington, businessman, Virginian politician, and high-ranking Templar.
Ah, yes. I recently heard he was back from the West Indies. One of my men saw his major domo pick up a strange package.
Then that package will be delivered to him promptly. Shay, figure out what it is and find Washington. And when you do, learn all you can.
I'll prepare the Morrigan.
Alright, we gotta reach the Morrigan. Locate
Well, if
the
we've any
ship.
luck, that ship will lead us right to him.
I make my own luck, Liam. And Washington is running out of his. There she is! All right, man. Time to be quiet.
These waters are full of enemies. Lawrence Washington is a powerful businessman, a slave owner, and a leading Templar. We lost track of him about a year ago. I recently learned he was in Barbados, but I haven't been able to confirm that.
Now you think he had something to do with the theft of the artifacts, don't you?
I wouldn't put it past him. 80's a short voyage from Barbados.
And his return to the colony certainly coincides with the arrival of the artifacts. We cannot let the Templars get control of these colonies. Whatever happens, Lawrence Washington must not survive.
I'll make sure he doesn't.
So we're just watching the viewpoints of these other ships.
Some sort of cargo there, sir.
Douse the gallants and royals!
A blockade, Captain! This won't do. Shay, you must follow that ship on land.
I'll do that. Bring the Morrigan around another way.
Aye, Captain. Track that package and find Washington.
Reef the mains. Crew
Bring
up
them on the
gallants.
dock.
Douse all sail!
Bring it up.
Sub-blockade.
And remember what I said, Shay. Washington must die.
Take your cold bath.
Keep going, Shay. Alright, we need to loot the package, it says.
Aye.
Do I have any optional objectives at this point? No, it's just loot the package. At least it shows the effect range of the whistle there now. Alright, just go into the water and swim over there. Water's nice and green. Don't know about that. Probably frigidly cold. Whoop, whoop. Go down right now. Can't assassinate him right there just because the other guy is where they're at.
Now, what's this? A rifle.
You there! Stay! Where you are?
How can that be? It makes no sound. Thanks for for the present, Master Washington.
Alright, so the air rifle is an efficient silent range weapon which can use sleeper berserk darts as well as fire grenades and firecrackers. You can purchase darts and grenades from the general store or craft them in our inventory.
This is a strange surprise. Not quite what I was expecting. Now I must find Washington.
So make enemies berserk with the air rifle is what we need to do. We need to make 4 enemies berserk. Might as well pick this up as we go by. He just takes all of them out.
Invitation, please.
Here you are. Has there been any trouble?
Not yet.
What's that? A war letter. I'd like to get one more of these, just to get this optional objective out of the way. There we go. We're going to swap to the sleep dart. We're going to get up here and get this viewpoint while we're at it. Warning, do not get detected at the garden party. Do I have any more optional objectives at the moment? No.
Expecting trouble tonight.
I know that. Security is all up. The captain brought in more men.
What's so special about this party?
Who knows? All I do know is that this belongs to Washington.
Is he a rich man? He got himself involved in politics.
I need to get to Washington first. Then I'll worry about the artifacts.
They were patrolling. I thought they were going to keep patrolling.
Crime under control and not a Frenchman in sight.
My God, it's good to be English.
Ha! Ha! Indeed.
prosperity. Interesting. Whatever that is.
Brother, are you sure
And there's George. He's so young.
Fine, George. Be a good host for my sake. Go to the wine cellar and get something special for our guests.
I will. Gentlemen?
My brother is a bright spot in a troubled land. If I may make one request before I depart this life, please leave him in peace. He should have nothing to do with the troubles of the Templar cause.
We all respect that sentiment, sir.
You have my thanks, gentlemen. Master Smith, are you ready to leave on your voyage?
Aye, sir. I shall return with answers.
Master Wardrop, are you likewise engaged with the manuscript?
Yes, sir. We will soon know its meaning.
Then I bid you take your leave.
Washington can barely stand.
Alright, we need to kill Washington while blended. And don't get detected.
His own 2 feet. Better be right about him, Liam. Because I'm about to murder a dying man.
Hey, aren't you?
Right now we're just trying to get in here.
I wish my little daughter could see this. Those flowers are truly impressive, I must say.
Is such pomp really necessary? Surely we can spend our money on something better than fireworks.
Oh, those loud noises give me a fright.
I'm blended. You don't see me.
My goodness, what a sight! My goodness, what a sight!
How marvelous. I wish my little daughter could see this. Those fireworks are truly impressive, I must say.
Is such pomp really necessary? Surely we can spend our money on something better than fireworks.
Those loud noises give me a fright.
Looking for me.
I don't know if this counts.
These fireworks are utterly delightful!
Oh, it does. Okay.
I've got a clip.
You are too late, assassin.
It's never too late to ruin Templar plans, Master Washington.
But my plans are already in motion. Even leading you here has given my allies time to escape. Thank you for making my end a quick one.
And thank you for revealing your master plan, you scheming snake.
Alright, smoke bomb.
God damn it. I'd better hurry. Liam, I hope you brought the ship around.
Your ship is taking heavy damage. Why?
Don't press your luck, man.
Is that a ship mortar? That's not sporting!
Right, let's see what you've got.
Faster! We'll not be losing it!
Captain Cormac,
Get the main speed!
Taking a blow, Captain!
Ease off the wind!
Caution, sir.
Goodness.
More sail!
Speed up. Let's go.
They're firing, sir! Even two calling you into the game. Ready here!
Lawrence Washington is dead.
You look disappointed.
The sickly way that man looked. He would have been dead in a month anyway. And 2 other Templars got away. They're looking into the manuscript and box.
Did they have the artifacts?
I don't know. Perhaps. I can't be sure.
Then you did what was right by the Brotherhood. You'll find the object later. Cheer up, Shane. It's a rare day we can sow such chaos among the Templars.
Perhaps. But to hear Washington speak, it didn't sound like they'd be too put out by the loss.
Well, that's what he wants you to think.
All right. And that finishes sequence 1, I believe.
The memory appears to be fragmented. How much time has passed?
A few months, I think. That virus is cutting off our access to complete memories. They're readable, but messy.
The 7 Years' War will soon break out in the colonies. Focus on assassin interference.
We'll do our best. Won't we, numbskull?
Alright, so in our database, location-wise, we have Mount Vernon. John Washington, great-grandfather to Lawrence and George, bought the land in 1674 with his friend Nicholas Spencer. The acreage was then referred to by its native name of Ebsawasson. In 1690, the heirs of Washington and Spencer split the land, leaving the Washingtons with a portion that ran along Little Hunting Creek. Lawrence Washington's father, Augustine, renamed it Little Hunting Creek. In 1738, Lawrence returned from school in England and began to oversee the family's tobacco plantation. When he inherited the estate, he renamed it Mount Vernon in honor of Vice Admiral Edward Vernon, who was his commanding officer in the Royal Navy. When his half-brother George inherited the property, he kept the name. And then we have people here. We have George Washington, born 1732, died 1799. George Washington was born in Virginia to a family of moderately prosperous tobacco planters. When Washington's father died, his older half-brother Lawrence became his role model. Lawrence married Anne Fairfax, whose father, Colonel William Fairfax, exerted a great influence on George Washington. The Fairfax family helped launch George Washington's career as a government surveyor. In 1751, George traveled to Barbados with Lawrence, who suffered from tuberculosis. George caught a minor case of smallpox, which sickened and scarred him, but saved him from a worse disease later in life. A year later, Lawrence returned from the tropics of Virginia, where he died, leaving George in control of the family plantation. Washington inherited his brother's position as adjutant and became a major in the army. In 1754, militiamen under his command ambushed a French patrol who were encroaching a nearby fort, and it became the first battle of the French and Indian War. Later that same year, Washington surrendered to the French at the Battle of Fort Necessity, but mistakenly signed a document saying their commander was assassinated. Fun fact, Washington's allies fired first, and without provocation, this guy was cursed from the get-go. We have Jack Weeks here, born 1723, died unknown. Jack Weeks was born in Albany to a couple who escaped slavery in Virginia. They taught him to be independent and take advantage of any opportunity to better himself. At the age of 10, Weeks began to work as a pickpocket and thief in the local markets. Weeks attempted to pick the pocket of explorer and Templar Christopher Gist. Gist caught him in the act, but was so impressed by the boy's cheeky attitude that he hired him as an errand boy. Gist took him on his travels and taught him about trade and how to mimic people of various social status and origins. In the 1950s, Gist was hired to explore the lands west of the colonies, and so introduced Weeks to George Monroe. Gist suggested the officers should take the young man on as an assistant. Weeks impressed Monroe with his cleverness and adaptability. Monroe taught Weeks about the Templars and their goals, and Weeks admired Monroe's intellect and agreed with the Templar philosophy of crowd control. When Gist joined the Templar Order in 1751, Monroe agreed to induct Jack Weeks as well. James Wardrop, born circa 1705, died 1754. James Wardrop was born to a Templar family in the American colonies. He followed in his father's footsteps and was inducted into the Templar Order in 1720. He was only 15. James Wardrop's main task was to secure land and wealth of it for the Templar Order. Though the Templars were not officially established in the American colonies, men like Wardrop were slowly but surely setting things in motion. In 1744, he began to build a trade network for the order that ran from the colonies to the West Indies. By 1750, he was working with Christopher Gist to acquire land in North America. Wardrop endeavored to keep the fledgling American colonies loyal to the British government, but was none above using his position to line his own pockets. And Lawrence Washington, born 1718, died 1752. Lawrence Washington was born in Virginia and was the mentor of sorts to his more famous half-brother George Washington. Lawrence was educated in England, where he was recruited into the Templar Order by Grand Master Reginald Birch. Lawrence returned to Virginia in 1738 to oversee his father's plantation on the Potomac River and also to seek out precursor relics. In 1739, the British Parliament created an infantry for its American colonies to be used in their conflicts against Spain and the West Indies. Lawrence Washington arrived in Jamaica in 1741 and saw action in expeditions against Cartagena, New Granada, Cuba, and Panama. Many casualties in these conflicts were the result of disease rather than violence. Because he arrived in the tropics early, he managed to survive fevers that decimated the other American colonists. Upon his return to the American colonies, Washington became a militia commander at the rank of major. Washington married Anne Fairfax in 1743, and in 1747, he, his father-in-law, and other prominent businessmen began to work together with the goal of opening trade to the American interior. Lawrence was diagnosed with tuberculosis and traveled to Barbados with his younger brother George in an attempt to help his health. George caught a minor case of smallpox, and Lawrence used the opportunity to travel to Port-au-Prince on Templar business. Lawrence returned to his Mount Vernon home in July of 1752, where he died from his disease. His younger brother George eventually inherited and took over management of Mount Vernon plantation. I think that's all we have. Oh, Samuel Smith. No. Born unknown, died unknown. There are virtually no details of Samuel Smith's life. We suspect he was born in Virginia and showed some skills as a sailor. He was a treasurer for one of Lawrence Washington's businesses, and by extension, the Templar Order. After Washington's death, he answered to James Wardrop. I wonder if this is why he was hired. No one really knew him, and no one really would miss him. He was completely expendable. V. Agent DaCosta, you are all completely expendable. OB.
So great.
Okay, so let's see. We need to go over there. Can we stop somewhere and heal our
Homestead, now the Miss Abigail and little Connor have passed.
Aye. I've seen Achilles crying.
Why shouldn't he?
It's just that he doesn't look sad. He looks furious. It's unsettling.
He's struggling with the loss. We all are.
I know, but it's been months, and we've done little but search for this blasted manuscript and books.
Le Chasseur has a lead on the box. To meet him and Chevalier in St. John's.
Chevalier too? No hope of cheering me up then.
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Maybe if we get over here to Fort Lewis.
Captain, let out some sail! When Achilles said whoever had the artifacts could access sites of great power, what did he mean?
I'm not sure I understand it myself, Sean. Had a long talk with Adewale about that. He believes the box can be activated to, well, project words or images.
Like a magic lantern?
What do you mean?
You know the magic lantern shows Father Connolly put on in the church basement? The box had a candle in it, I think. He put these little glass plates in front. Then we'd see the images projected on the wall like cathedrals in Rome. Bright and near as big as life.
Ah, yeah. I suppose it is. Except that it interprets the strange language of the manuscript, too. If the plate were of a banner in Latin, we'd see it in English.
How is that possible?
Who knows? I fear we might never truly understand how any of the pieces of Eden work. St. Louis.
Where in the world has the most beautiful girls?
I suppose it depends on your vision of beauty. The damsel from Corfu and one from Oslo are as different as chalk and cheese, but both could be lovely.
See, opinions like that give a man a reputation for wisdom.
Yeah, thank you.
I would have just said Havana. The girls there have lusty buttocks and bosoms and feel no shame in putting them on display. But that's no slight against our lasses from home.
I suppose.
I think Galway has the nicest ones. Fair and modest. Always willing to spot you a penny for an ale.
You don't say.
And then there's the maids I met in Lisbon. Destined for the convent they were. Dark-eyed and kindly dispositioned. If only I'd spoke Portuguese. Not that we spent much of our nights talking.
Alright, we're just hopping over here to heal our ship really quick.
What service can I provide?
I don't think I have the money for this stuff. I have the parts, but I don't have the money.
My thanks for your trust, Captain.
Captain Cormac! Get the mainsails into the wind! Tops, gallants, royals, studs!
Opinions like that give a man an entirely different reputation.
All right, man. Stay.
Careful. It's quite a rough squall, Captain.
Well, we're just trying to get to the next mission.
We're almost there, Captain. Le Chasseur will be expecting us.
And Chevalier.
At a small price to pay for a lead in the precursor box.
Trim the yards off the
right. Well, that was neat.
Chevalier, what happened to your vessel?
I got myself into a bit of a scrape. Sent 3 ships in all hand to their watery grave. The Garfou nearly followed them down.
Just your fate has been better, Le Chasseur.
Indeed. My sources inform me that Samuel Smith has searched far and wide, looking for answers on how to make that strange box work. He just returned from Europe.
Where's he now?
Refitting his schooner. If you hurry, you can catch him there. Oh, remember those blueprints? Well, I had an engineer build that marvelous weapon for your ship. Master Puckle's gun fires more shots than an artillery brigade, and twice as fast.
Many thanks.
Anything for my hooded friends.
Alright, so we get the Puckle guns. Hold the right bumper to fire the Puckle gun at weak points, free aim using the right stick.
Loose, mates!
Locate
Captain?
the Equitas.
I will join you on this voyage.
Then shall we, gentlemen?
You are in a jovial mood, Shay?
Why shouldn't I be? I have a new weapon, and will soon have a chance to use it. Besides, Templars are usually well guarded, and I'm sure that Smith fellow is no exception.
They also took the liberty of ordering some improvements. Morgan now has a ram cut through ice itself.
There he is! Most fortunate timing! Lady Luck never ceases to smile on you.
He's seen us! Give chase!
But hold your fire! We must not damage the box or risk losing it to the sea. Can this blockade go any faster?
At least my ship is still seaworthy, Chevalier.
Our target is smart. Out of his element.
Samuel Smith is the Templar's treasurer. What he's doing in these waters is beyond me.
Maybe he came here to meet someone, or ran into your pirates. He's refitting his ship. Something must have happened.
If one of my allies attacked him, I would have known about it.
Well, he's back from a long voyage. Now we're trapped together.
Controls most of the Templars well, doesn't he? With him out of the way...
Washington entrusted the precursor box to him. He probably still has it.
Shay's right. The box comes first.
So we can't sink him. We'll have to board his ship, or force him to beach.
Look, Captain. He's cutting through the ice.
It seems you're not the only one equipped with such a ram, Shay.
Let us hope ours fares just as well.
Sail through ice sheets with the new ice.
Smashing the ice!
It worked. The way is clear.
Once more your fortune holds. But do not waste time congratulating yourself. Smith is getting away.
Destroy 3 gunboats with the Puckle gun.
Smith must not escape!
Come on. It's not even getting anybody there because they're all on our ship now. The fact that they can board us now is pretty cool. You know, update from Black Flag. Alright, still gotta get the other gunboats.
I don't see Smith's ship.
Let's get rid of these distractions first. We'll find him.
Tiny volleys.
Alright.
There's Smith. He's moving again. No doubt he hoped to be a spectator of your demise.
I'm glad to disappoint him. And he's still within reach. Say it as you can.
So let's get going.
The stunsail!
Douse the mizzen tops!
Loose all and trim sharp to the wind!
Vicious! What wickedness is this? Another Templar tactic. You can cover whole stretches of ocean with their flames. Careful, Shay. We could be burnt to cinders.
It's nothing more than a last desperate throw of the dice. He knows we have him.
I can't close my eyes without
We just gotta avoid the fire, it looks like. Is there anything else I need to do? It just says catch him.
It's quite a rough squall, Cap. We've been hit! Now we know where he was headed.
Kill him with an air assassination.
Follow him on land. Do not even think of firing the ship's weapons near that precious box.
I'll take care of this.
Stop that.
Yeah.
This will be your end, assassin. You will regret this.
That was easy enough.
This cannot be. No. Do you even know what that is?
An ancient artifact. Treasure from those who came before.
Yes. It matters not. Some of the greatest scientific minds of all Europe could not make it work.
Now all I need is the manuscript, and all shall be revealed.
I can now drop burning oil. Alright, it looks like the next mission is to go back over there. But we are going to end this episode here for today. We do hope you all enjoyed the episode, and we're going to see you next time.